It also makes it easier for Nigma to lane. You want these self-sufficient side laners with Chen, especially with your other supports at Nyx, that they are free to move around the map and help out their cores, not stuck in one lane babysitting.
Chen on your team, you always have ability to outnumber the opponents with the recall. It's a cold recall. For now, also the build that you go on Chen, Mech, and having Hand of God once you hit level
Radiant
6.
team, pick.
That's a lot of heal, a lot of sustain. Also that aura
Dire
the lane
team,
stage.
pick.
Razor.
Okay, we've got Viper and Razor on the same team, so perhaps they're taking a page out of the beta book.
No, we don't.
This is a Razor 5.
Razor on the same team as a Chen and a Nyx assassin.
Yeah, of course. They're in the same game, though.
You said same team, Kyle.
Delete the tapes. I did not. It's a nice pick here.
10 seconds remaining.
As a counter pick to Viper in the laning phase.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, I am so blind. It's good against the Omni, yeah, duh. This is like the one-to-one hard counter in the laning phase.
You know why? It's because, you know, you are a professional player. Both of you are former professional players, and you're used to seeing this or the actual pick and ban screen.
Yeah.
And then the moment it gets put in a different format, you're like, where do I look?
Yeah. Preaching to the choir. Let's see. A mode, you've got to probably just go for what I assume is your 5 position, whatever Spartan is feeling. I'd like something with wave clear here. I wouldn't mind something to peel this Razor away, because I don't want something that would be just ran at like the rest of this draft. Something that could deal with the BKB time would be quite nice.
Pick.
Perhaps a Wyvern. Go for the Rubik, which still leaves the lineup open. If you think about it, we still don't know what the hell this Omni, this Viper, this Void Spirit are.
Yeah.
Especially after that last game. At this point, I have no desire to make a prediction on what the hell is the support hero.
But I really like that, because when we had aggressive mode playing against Gambit earlier on in lower bracket a couple days ago, one of the main concerns was, you know, if they come in with a plan, it feels like they come in with a plan and then they'll try to do that plan regardless of what the enemy team is picking, and
5
they'll
seconds
telegraph what their
remaining.
plan actually is, so it doesn't really end up working out at all. This way, they can still go a lot of different directions. I feel like they're coming in better than what we've seen the entire series so far, in terms of having something up their sleeves. Now, that does mean that I'm expecting that last pick to tie everything together.
I don't know, I just think they're trying to adjust against Enigma and the way they're drafting, because something that they had planned before, they would have already showed it in the earlier stage of the tournament.
That's true. That is true. For sure. All right. What now? What do we want to see by Nigma? Razor so
Dire
far,
team
we've
ban.
mostly seen played by Weehan. Now with the Dark Seer pickup, you're gonna imagine that we are still missing a miracle hero.
Yeah, I would expect it. I think this hero is also a lot more effective as that 3 position, especially when you pair it up with a 4 like Nyx Assassin. This is serious draft. The side of Nigma, this is their bread and butter. They're all very comfortable. I've
10
liked
seconds
Razor
remaining.
a lot when I've seen play it. And get aggressive, and specifically he can just go in.
5 seconds remaining.
When they're able to play around his decision making as far as when to initiate. And as a last pick for a miracle hero, I think one of your standard illusion cores is still very much a possibility. I could see a Naga. Is PL still in the
PL's banned.
PL's banned? I could see a Naga. I could see them even going some traditional hard carry. Troll's a potential option. Could even see them go for
Radiant team,
They could still
ban.
pick VC mid, have that Razor against the Omni Knight on the safe lane. This combo, Nyx Assassin plus Darkseer, extremely deadly. They can set up so many ganks. Rogata does not have a really good spell to steal besides Impale in this game. You do not want to steal stuff from Chen. Darkseer is okay-ish.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
How A mode is gonna start a fight. One way is to have this Void Spirit, if it's a core Void Spirit, to
Radiant
go in,
team,
make
pick.
a lot of
Dire
confusion.
team, pick.
Anti-mage.
the anime. Interesting. Yeah, it's just really good as a conceptual matchup against the Omni and the Viper. You think about these heroes, right? You look at this draft of aggressive mode. They don't really have much catch, and they don't have much tower push. It's all about the team fighting and these big, beefy heroes they're trying to play around. AM is so good at playing around them because you just ignore them. Wherever they go, you go somewhere else, you farm creep waves eventually, you get up to that
10 seconds remaining.
Battlefield timing, and you just start shredding through heroes like Rubik.
5 seconds remaining.
Because that's a
no,
hell of a
he's
pick
banned.
right now. Banned out.
What
That
about
makes
Ricky? Like Ricky, once he gets the Fusel Blade, if he's still in a pool against AM, it could work. Like you have a blink against Razor static link. Also, maybe, I don't know. I was thinking Morph before, but now that AM is in the game.
You could Huskar. And with an Omni Knight behind it, I think that puts you in a position where you could just straight up win this game at 20-25 minutes. But this hero has got to address AM as a win condition, be able to hold Aegis, and in theory be able to pressure high ground before the 30-minute mark. That's a lot of old holes to fill, and I can't think of anything. The TA is kind of crushed here because there's a Darkseer Razor on the enemy side that covers hero. So you're limited now to, I would say, this Huskar Meepo, but that I
Go ahead.
forgot this one. This
Select
is the,
your
I knew there
heroes.
was a third, the Triumvirate of Anti-AM. You hit a faster timing, you have a super long stun duration, natural BKB timing, and you can, in theory, have 4 items up by 20 minutes, one of which is an AC, and just go hit high ground. I actually love this aggressive mode draft. I think they've got a good shot to win this game, but they will have to execute at a high level.
What do you think, Lacoste?
I gotta say, I was thinking about the last hero. They were not utilizing it correctly for pretty much every single game. They were having the last pick, but I love this Alchemist here. Like, he can play extremely fast, has a lot of sustain and heal from this Omni Knight.
And how do you pressure towers against Acid Spray dropped, right? You think about what he's going to be up against in that off lane. You love, as an Alch, playing against a Darkseer. The dream, yeah,
10
push the lane into
seconds
me. I'll free
remaining.
from under tower, no big deal. Viper versus Razor, assuming that's the matchup, is
5
relatively
seconds
even.
remaining.
And we'll see, but you know, this is going to be a game for will Miracle
I've
shine and
seen
inevitably come
played
through.
this particular matchup a couple of weeks ago, and he dominated. He survived every single time, like on 100 HP. Razor is a good counter, but if you make one small mistake, Razor's gonna punish you.
So things to look for is, can Anti-Mage, can Miracle dominate?
Viper, I still don't know about what they're gonna do with this Void Spirit and Rubik. It might be position 5 Viper. We could be totally wrong.
It's about the timings, right? If you're Nigma, you want to get a couple early towers to open the map up.
It is.
It's much easier now for Darkseer AM, because their goal is just to spread the map, play corners, and don't allow the Alchemist time to get online where the Death Ball can begin to get in motion. Stop the snow.
Map control. That's the key here in this third game. Any final words before we head into it? Or were those your final words already? All right, those were their final words already. Let's hear more words, but then from Gods and Lizard.
Thank you, Sheever. We're ready for game 3. We haven't had many of them at this tournament. We got to this game 3 in a kind of not so exciting, unconventional way, but we've got a game 3, and it's elimination. So it's a big deal here. A lot at stake, Liz.
It's a big game. It's an elimination, like you just said, and it's close draft.
Yeah.
I love this. First game, you could see that Ma had the upper hand ever since the draft finished. This
You
game,
really
have an
should
Alchemist
prepare
on
for
one
battle.
side, aggressive mode. If they
You should. He made the Aya with Tiny, well, he's the Tiny with the Aya. And it seems nobody can keep up with him farm, but if there's a hero that can, it feels like Alchemist is going to be one of the few that will.
I love the fact that they took a very flashy hero on their mid player, or on Piranha. He looks the best on the Void Spirit, Storms, Ember Spirits, and then they gave Skitter this super high potential hard carry in Alchemist. It is a little bit unconventional with the Viper position 5, but look, we have seen Razor 5 in this tournament as well, and Viper, I'd rather have this one. I think he's much stronger right now as a 5 in the laning stage. I have seen it a couple of times, and it does work in the competitive scene as well. You just stack up those first stacks. What was the first?
The poison attack?
Poison attack, yeah. You just stack that up and it just starts hurting real bad in the lane.
Yeah, the previous, it actually got nerfed because people were just playing as a support. I remember. It was like the mana cost used to be even lower, and you just play 4 or 5 position Viper and easy MMR. But the new Viper, I mean, the hero still can be played as support. We'll see it here in Spartan's hands as we'll take a little journey through the map of Dota 2.
So, I talked a little bit about aggressive mode and their playstyle and what they should do to win this Alchemist to go per late, well, not super late game, but that late game for Alchemist with around 20-minute mark. For Nigma though, they have a very, very strong team. Kuro's hands, first and foremost, that's Chen. Then you have Nyx Assassin and Darkseer just pressuring the map, giving so much vision for them to rotate properly, to take these objectives. I think this game is much easier for Nigma, but aggressive mode, they have a clear
30 seconds to
You
battle.
mentioned pressuring the map. Can they do
Oh,
a good job
I
with
see.
ignorance of pressuring
I've
Alchemist
always
and slowing
little-
down his
little
farm?
I
or-
people
definitely
down there.
think so.
Wonderful,
one
what they
thing
can
that
do
they
these
really
days.
do have is a method of finding that Alchemist while he's jungling in his side of the map. The question is, do they have the firepower to take him down while he's doing that? Because these heroes, they don't necessarily rotate too well. The two
This is
cores,
it.
that is Razor
The
and
battle
Anthony,
begins.
they're not your burst damage type heroes that will
Are we starting
find the
now?
Alchemist in the jungle together with the support.
Nigma getting 4 bounty runes to start things off. GH may give up a first blood, but 4 bounty runes is pretty damn nice.
Versus Alchemist even.
Yes. Important stuff.
to an
You're even going for the level on Grievel's Greed. Instead, he gets the Grievel's Greed
anger
on
is
the hero
useless
kill
here.
and the first blood. So,
I guess this is better. Well,
I don't know who is it better for.
Yeah,
The
it's
gold
sort-
lead is Nigma.
Yeah. for Alchemist, it's fine. The rest of his teammates might be a bit salty.
Yes, often you want to use that first time for your mid play to bring out an item or 10 goes right away or whatever it may be. Bottom lane, though, we'll see AM immediately look to start getting aggressive and trading hits. Unfortunately for him, it's an Omni Knight. That's not the easiest hero to trade hits with, but Kuro with that starting item Headdress will give him a bit of a regen advantage. As hell is going on here. That's not mid lane, the
That's-
fourth lane.
Those are not mid lane's creeps as well, it looks like. Are they?
I don't know.
I guess they
Not sure
are.
how we got there. But yeah,
One of the things that Baranya might be doing there is trying to creep skip and move the creeps around the mid lane so that he doesn't have to face Razor in that melee mode there. And right now, look, we might lose 2 creeps. One of them is ranged.
Yeah,
Look, he's
he's-
inexperienced. He won. What are they doing here? Look.
well, they can't aggro the tower because they're vulnerable, so.
Yes, but they're just running to the throne.
Interesting stuff. Top lane, Nigma going for some wave cutting with the Iron Shell Spartan. Will get zoned back to the tower. We'll be fine there.
Yeah, this is the good old school Nyx plus Darkseer creep cutting, right? You do it until you're level 3 and then you start pressuring the lane, but you're doing it against an Alchemist. He's smoking. He's even pulled.
Will pull your wave to this creep camp. He does have to go for a TP, or chooses to. Will TP back to his tier 1 tower, pop a salve. But that also stops him cutting the next wave as well a bit.
Yeah, and he has a huge creep wave pushing in right now. They have to pressure him. They even have to dive him, I think, right about now, because he's getting way too much farm here.
Farming away under the tower. Doesn't get the range last hit because of the acid spray, unfortunately, but he'll still get some of this CS under the tower.
Man, Barton is the work here.
He's doing a great job. Being such a pest and giving his up a lot of solo XP, which is fantastic as well for his game.
Exactly, they can't really pressure. Oh, body block.
Body blocks, Kuro. AM has to blink forward, has got that Orb of Venom slow, and Skylark is in all sorts of trouble here. Rubik, knowing that he needs to squeeze in for some body blocks of his own.
Yeah, this isn't really an easy lane for Omni Knight. It never was when you're playing versus an anti-mage. He burns your mana.
Doesn't it's not first blood, and he can now TP back to lane with full health, full mana, and Alchemist, while that was going down, kills off.
Has to be careful though. They are coming, and they do have their levels now. It's a level 2 Iron Shell.
He's back towards his tower here, but look like Nigma are going to commit for that kill. This wave is pushing towards his tower, so we'll see if they can pressure him under the tower, because it's a big creep wave. If Alchemist gets all this farm under his tower, that's bad news, but he can just drop the acid spray potentially to protect himself. And
well, he did.
double angle is there, and he died.
What?
I should have seen. I saw that one coming. I'm a pleb.
Anyone saw that one coming. If you just run into 2 Iron Shells and die,
Next in line is Spartan. He gets a kill on
Radiant's
GH.
bottom tower
Maybe
is
GH
under
accepting his
attack.
fate a little bit there. Spartan dying to the Iron Shell, kicking away, trying to duke in the trees, unable to really do so. Skitter will TP back in, can't get any kind of counter kill. Skitter will continue to farm away now under the tower. To be careful.
Yeah, some crazy moves. Perhaps the clownish effect of that second game spilling into this, pouring into this third game as well. The mid lane though, Baranya not really doing too well against the Razor, but there's only so much you can do versus as a melee hero versus Razor. He has 11 CS, 12 right now versus 15 denies on Razor.
Getting the most he can. So once he gets some XP, maybe finds himself around, could go for some rotations. Miracle is playing some cooldown. He's being ran at here. Skylark, with that slow, will be able to get this kill. Nigma Miracle is just going to accept his fate, do as much damage as possible. Tries to have Kuro to get some kills. Kuro with the creeps, some damage, but unable to do it much more than that. Both Omni and Rubik very low, so when Miracle comes back to lane, should have an easier time.
They read that really well. They read that he's going to try to make an aggressive move on the Omni Knight. I think it was a mango popped on him. Uses that for one nuke of purification, and then they turn.
Bounty runes coming up. These are very important. Alchemist in the game, and Borony are going to make sure they can get a kill. And the right-click battle is one
Mind control.
mind control. Yep.
But Lil did snatch one away. It looks like 3 bounty runes for Nigma.
Yes. 3 out of the 4, thanks to mind control's fast fingers.
The only problem is this Boranya level 4 versus Lee level 6.
Yeah, it can't really make those early rotations or look to make space and place for the Alchemist. He's far behind him. He made the side here. He's slow on the lead out with the pull, but he's going to just get chased down. Easy kill for him. Brown boots, double wraith band.
I never see their mid laner have a good matchup. He very often has these pretty damn horrible matchups, like Razor versus Void Spirit. There's only so much you can do here. And sometimes, if you die to get that level 5, it at least allows you to do something on the map. It's worth it, but sometimes you just die.
Well, taking over the mid lane with Void Spirit unable to lane here, but he's also going to suffer a similar fate to the Void Spirit.
Dyer's structures are fortified. They are looking quite robust.
You have
Dyer's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
While on the side of aggressive mode, how do you create space right now when all your heroes are very under level?
Yeah, this Razor pick is looking really good. And this Void Spirit, we've seen this Curry struggle a few times in the mid lane when it's had bad matchups. Weeha, when you're versing a Shadow Fiend, and here it's Borania against a Razor, just unable to do anything. Oh my, look at those now. Bottom 4.
Bottom 4.
All on this team.
Dyer's
But
middle
they have
tower
number 1,
has
Mr.
fallen.
The
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Game right there, and Razor took even him over right now.
Alk's not first, they're in all sorts of trouble.
Their bottom lane was difficult because of the matchup Omni Knight versus Anti-Mage. Mid lane obviously super hard.
Yeah, she'll block the stat from happening.
Nyx Assassin, even before, was a really good pick versus Alchemist. It always allows you 2 stuns to set him up with. Skylark dies bottom.
The trying to hide behind a tree. Has some backup coming his way. Span will get the kill.
Dyer's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
For him, position 4 for a 5 as well.
Radiant's courier has been slain. This is no sort of place for a peaceable
tower going down
beast.
so early. This dire jungle, both Dire Weeha with Void Spirit against the level 8 Razor.
Maybe he should have committed to the jungle.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
As a Void Spirit.
Must
How
I
do you farm
repeat
the
myself?
jungle? It's not your Ember even, or your Lina. At least you have some nukes.
DH found the Alchemist.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Maybe,
attack.
but Peter has the Chemical Rage, giving him good regen. On the right, and it doesn't look like Nigma are actually looking
Very
to chase and bring him
nice.
down. And
Dyer's structures are Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Peter was shouted going for the TP out, so now he's kind of, well, I mean, he's not in trouble.
Dyer's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
You should.
Yeah. Considering he should know that there's a war there. Meanwhile,
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, solo killing everyone on the other side of the map.
Yeah. And there's a
Dyer's
tower
top tower has fallen.
I mean, this is amazing. He's not farming.
Exactly what I wanted to say. You don't have to kill him. You don't have to gank him. Just follow him around. If he's not farming, you're happy with it.
It seemed like when he first found him, he pinged like, "Hey guys, come kill him." But then his team realized, like, wait a second. As long as he's not farming, GH just keep distracting him. Yeah, this is fine.
They find
Dyer's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
So they will try and take this down.
Oh, here we go. Boromir. What can he do? He's hit level 6.
Now's the time.
Can he do it? Here comes the party Weeper, the unstoppable Razor. He's being the thorn in aggressive mode side as he's just charging forward. Somewhat unkillable, it feels like, and there's no one that can deal with the Razor. He says, get me out of here. I don't want to deal with this.
He manages to juke them. Yep. He's only level 4 as well. Rotates towards that bottom lane. Perhaps they should maybe sneak that outpost on the bottom lane. That could really help them with the experience problems, but it's hard to get there.
Now, yeah. Well, whole lane's kind of gone to shit now for aggressive mode. They're losing towers all over. The Alchemist doesn't have a jungle really to farm. He can't farm the top one. There's a ward there. He's trying to do what he can in bottom. He's playing around the mid jungle now, but as soon as scouted by that ward, you got to imagine we'll see running towards him. And Nigma, bounty rune time, well, they'll get 3 out of 4, it looks like.
Regeneration!
They just played with 5 supports in that last game, and now they're playing against 5 supports, it feels like.
Previewing maybe what was to come in the game 3 decider. Miracle taking out that ultimate, suggesting that he is ready to go and kill Skylark at a moment's notice. Treads Perseverance, the Demon Edge away from Battle Fury. Looking like it should get a pretty decent timing on that.
I can't believe just how dominated aggressive mode is right now.
Yeah.
This map is completely out of their control. They can't really move anywhere.
We were all hyping it up. This feels like an even drop. Both teams have their win conditions, but Nigma have just thoroughly outplayed them all across the map.
Feels like an even draft until you realize Miracle will have an easy lane versus Omni Knight. Razor is gonna completely stomp mid lane. Perhaps at least if Vorania got his level 6
Radiant's courier has been
particularly that mid lane, it felt like was something we didn't really take into consideration. As a result, entire map feeling completely closed off for aggressive mode. You have no real place available to them.
You know you're in problems with when at 11 minutes 20 seconds your mid laner is queuing up the magic wand. He has nothing else.
He's doing what he can to farm this big creep wave here. Still has the impale here. He's just gonna look to farm this and get out. Nothing to stop. Oh, is there? He's had the Yulsa the lead, so just wasn't quite close enough to use it. He's going to TP bottom as soon, right after that one, and Spartan, well, he can't TP out against the Mana Void. Very dead Razor, limited. Be careful not to get too close. He's pushed out by the
Yeah, one of the best spells to steal on the Rubik. He gets that. I believe Alchemist does have his relic, right?
He just got it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The problem is once you get
I have no reason to lie about such things.
Another way for that Nyx assassin to stun you, so he can carapace.
Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like they've got answers for Alchemist. Unless this Alchemist was out of control and ahead. He is playing from behind though.
I mean, he's doing really well considering how much space and how many kills this Razor has gotten.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's ahead of
I have no reason to lie about such things. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
To keep aggressive mode's hopes of progressing this tournament alive. To keep calm and carry on. Game is 5K in the hole for aggressive mode, and Nigma has played a pretty flawless game so far in game number 3.
Vorania has recovered a little bit on this Void Spirit. Not great yet, but he's got some levels at least. And perhaps they can make some moves together, but it's very different. I think you're just, at this point, you're just satisfied with whatever you can get on the map, and you're waiting for the Alchemist to hit his timing.
Both jungles are being claimed by Nigma, it feels like. Like Chen and GH are just in this bottom jungle. The top one's being claimed by Mind Control. Like usually you at least keep control of one of your 2 jungles, and aggressive mode can't get either for the Alchemist. Still getting some good farm, but nowhere near what we
In a 5v5 engagement, they have no chance.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's stacking on Omni-Man, who has no protection for the static link of the Razor. Finds himself a lane down bottom where they'll Miracle out of the lane for now.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
So
They need a moment of brilliance. In
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As a team, you have to decide.
I feel like a broken
Go
record.
and feed on purpose somewhere. You can't continuously try and defend these towers. You need
Dire's
to,
middle tower is under attack.
Is on the top lane. You need everyone to go there besides the Alchemist and force some rotations from Nigma here.
I am required to point out that Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They just need to think out of the box a little bit here.
The Void Spirit had 2k gold. He's just completely stumped, it feels like, as far as what to go for, what to do. Buys a medallion now, so some cheap, cost-effective items, trying to get some levels. But that moment of brilliance you're talking about, it feels like it needs to come soon.
Right now,
I don't mean to be alarmist, but Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Good magic damage block against the Radiance damage.
GH has an item flying out too. Hasn't farmed too much.
Sorry, I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's really a Chen position for her. I mean, Chen's been able to farm, play the jungle, whereas GH has been on Alchemist. He's been just
Dire's
following
bottom
him
tower has fallen.
Indeed, yeah. Best way to put it.
4 bounty runes, I believe, for Nigma this time around. And catch out the Omni in mid. See how they would static link the chain stun.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
To impale, just perfectly played and executed. Pick-off after pick-off, it feels like, for Nigma right now.
Yeah, those are the moments of brilliance from Omni Knight. Sadly, they don't really give them a lot.
No. Could be in some trouble here. Yep, gets caught by the end of his life.
Decent attempt to lift one of the centaurs and stun the other one with that, but too many stuns.
Sorry, I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are cunningly fortified.
He's not playing this top lane and getting farmed. It feels like he needs to join up with
I don't mean to be
He is doing so with the outplay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're still chasing for it. He'll look to the pull. He's dying for it. Yeah, he's dying to the Dark Sphere. Illusions. The Dark Sphere gets the kill. Does Mind Control have an out? Yeah, Skitter trying to burn it down with the Radiance. Mind Control needs to outrun it. Here comes the Anti-Mage in the stun. He's going to get slowed. He can't find Mind Control.
I don't mean to be alarmist, but Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What a play from Mind Control.
Just really good utilization.
Sorry,
of the
I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Around with that Alchemist Illusion. Then when he healed up enough with the bottle, he goes in for a couple of Iron Shell hits as well and just takes down the Void Spirit, then runs away from the Alchemist. Was using that bottle between the ticks of Radiance too, just very well played by him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They have that tier 1 on the top lane. It's super easy for Nigma to respond once they see the Dark Sphere is actually not only surviving but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And instantly they can regroup back at this top lane. They've got complete map control around this hill. Blinking on Lil with the spell shield, preventing him from, well, trying to prevent him from stealing the blink. Looks like they should still get this kill. Oh, he gets away, but dealing damage either way.
Yeah, you can see GH, he moves in with that Carapace to prevent him from using Purification. So the only thing that Omni Knight can do in that spot is Heavenly Grace, that's it.
Yep. Do you like the Razor going for the Ag Septic this game as his kind of first big item?
I don't really like Agnins overall, but in a game such as this one, you just want to get it over with, right?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been slain. I don't mean to be left alarmist, but Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good item he would have liked to have in his
In a
range
blow
right
to
now
the
with
Dire,
Owl.
their bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's just farming the complete furthest possible place on the map. He's being hunted at the same time as well. He may find some more couriers here, or even get scouted by one.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Yep.
A moment of silence, please.
But yeah, he's up.
Probably good for him as well that he found that courier and not a creep wave, because by the time he kills the creep wave, Razor catches up to him. So
going top.
you can see that he's also running around with Radiance turned off. He understands that Nyx Assassin might be lurking, and he is.
He is, and they're pinging him. They spotted him with the Observer. They know where he is. He turns it off once again. Charging forward, plasma filled Didn't actually clip him, but they're still pinging. They still know he's up here. He's going to try chomp his way through with the Quelling Blade. Some good control from Skitter. Kuro may run into him soon. And yeah, they know
Radiant's
it's
bottom tower is
cooldown.
under
They'll
attack.
back up with the heals.
Has that ever been cause for celebration?
With a soul and stun, catches out absolutely everyone. They'll get the Alchemist back to safety. Lil, bit of a troubling spot, but gets out of there. Good defensive plays from aggressive
It would
mode,
appear Radiant's top
Really
tower
well
is
played, but
under
at the
attack.
same time, what did you gain out of it? Your Alchemist isn't farming. He tried to go out of his map. He moved 2 meters away from that tier 2 and instantly got shoved back into the base.
see the Alk net worth, and that's kind of one of those, we're in trouble moments. Alka hero you're used to seeing almost exclusively as the #1 net worth hero in a game of Dota 2.
That's the strategy. You're playing versus a
Radiant's
dark tier. You
courier
don't
has
want to have
been
a strong
slain.
Alchemist. The next level plays.
And that's some high IQ Dota 2 right there.
Dire's top tower is under
See if,
attack.
the other heroes can make
Must
up for
I
it. Void
repeat
Spirit seems to
myself?
be at least a little bit back in this game with his but haven't seen any plays out of Borneo. It's been purely let's just farm out my way back in this game. Has the Solar Crest completed?
It's good to cast it on Alchemist, help him out a little bit, but you can see that he's got the bite of his game already as he's moving towards his BKB. It's not really your Void Spirit that goes for that duels into crit or crit medallion. The Void Spirit that actually does a lot of damage. This is your Void Spirit that's just crying, please let me live, and that's it. He just tries to stay alive.
For Nigma, they're in no rush this game. They're happy to just take whatever pickups present themselves, continue farming on anti-mage. They've got the better late game, right, you'd say, on Nigma as well?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
Just going for a little trouble, actually loses the salve.
Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Fortunate.
It's a true offering. You take something up and you hope they'll take that instead of your life.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Begging for mercy, please take this offering. But not looking too hopeful. 20-5.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Courier back. We'll have the
Dire's
next
top
tower.
tower has fallen.
Feels like Nigma
I
just
could
running
have
on the map,
predicted
finding
this.
some kills. Like, aggressive mode's kind of playing with them a tiny bit in the sense like they're just juking around, but like you see what the Alchemist was doing, sniping couriers, Borneas. They're being annoying, but it's like, you know, it's like that like little brother where he's like, you know, he's annoying you, but you're twice his size and you can beat him up. Once you get fed up with him, you're, you know,
Exactly.
you're going to beat him up.
They're cute with their plays. That's how I would put it. They're cute, but they aren't really getting a lot out of it. Because Alchemist, he's farming, but so is Anti-Mage. And Anti-Mage later on is definitely in a better spot. He has that Manta Battle Fury moving towards the Basher. Alchemist should be ahead in this game. If you're playing versus an Anti-Mage, your game plan is to get that Radiance, get the AC BKB, and start pushing. Get first off perhaps.
Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
The TP out, but the Radiance is there, and they'll TP with ease. Miracle snatching the kill. Perhaps not needed, but he'll happily take it, and into Roche we go. And no matter how far the Alk gets, they can always make a replica of him as well. That's the crazy thing to me. It doesn't matter how far this Alk gets.
That's their last resort, right? Get that replica from the Dark Tier.
And so, Roshan passes into history, leaving nothing but fond memories, a taste of immortality, and a questionable
Definitely the
cheese.
underdogs.
Well, we'll see if they can pull something out of the hat. It really is feeling
Radiant's
desperate.
bottom
Spun with
tower
a
is being
cheeky little
subjected to
amulet.
extreme violence.
Position Viper,
This is your choppy position.
Yeah.
5. Right here.
Radiant's
with the
bottom
Shadow
tower
Hammer
is
done,
under
guys.
attack.
Yep, trying to make sure he gets.
Has
keeps
that
getting
ever
clean up on
been
the
cause for
abandonment.
celebration? Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
To the high ground we go. We has the Ag Scepter, so he's able to do some
Dire's
damage
structures
to
are
the
fortified.
buildings with his Eye of the Storm as well.
Radiant's
as that secondary
structures are
target.
beautifully fortified.
That's a
Very, very toxic.
style point. Lil toxic? I think you're mistaken.
Must be someone else.
In a stunning development,
After last game,
Dire's
Nigma
top
have
tower has
completely
fallen.
flipped an on-switch because they are just making quick, easy work of strength mode here. To the high ground we go. Scooter trying to front line and deal with this push, but he just sets up a carapace that's going to be able to hold up. do have the Heavenly Grace to back up the Alchemist to help keep him alive. But have they got any answers to this answer? Magic damage to him with that, but charging forward is Weehaw with the static link. He's taking all of the There's nothing you can do to fight now. It feels like Viper just playing around the invis, right click, invis again. Trying to use that zero cooldown amulet, but
Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to extreme violence.
There's the
Someone might want to inform the Dire that their top barracks has fallen.
Coconut and throwing it back at him as well. Find the game right now. He's that big game.
Makes a call. Let's try to go down this race. Race against healed out with the perfect start to that combo. They stun them all up. They blow them all up. Insta buyback from the Omen, but too late. They've lost the Alfie, does not have a buyback. Beyond
Dire's middle tower has
so
fallen.
this game, absolute domination from start to finish. This mid-raiser, 11-0
Dire's middle barracks, Dire's middle barracks
that
seems like it might be a significant development.
Lane and the game.
They are 20k ahead. That's the story of this game. You don't have to play a lot more after that.
Really more. If this wasn't an Alchemist, if it was some other carry, it'd be like a 30k plus gold lead.
I take no pleasure in
diving under
informing
the
Dire's courier has been
with the mana void, and it may be GG territory. Last lane,
Dire's
going to go
tower
down.
has
Outcome spawning. Perhaps one last hurrah.
That buyback towards the resurrector. What does he have? Let's see.
sadly. Now
Shot over the
have
stun,
mega
but that
creeps.
is mega creeps. And Miracle not really afraid
Dire's
too
middle
much.
tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Heals with Gen creeps, they can just keep on pushing and not really be too afraid.
Still defending the throne, however. They don't want to. This is their elimination match, and for a team as new as this one, they're hungry for some success, so they still want to play.
Jumping in, trying to make this last epic count, but there's going to be another back leader, and Nigma just styling at this point. His Miracle will get himself a double kill. He's godlike, he's looking for some more. He's going to get the kill on Stark as well. There's the third, and he gets himself a last minute rampage. Doesn't get the kill, so no rampage opportunity. Nigma will advance through to the next round, eliminating aggressive mode in a convincing fashion. Yes, we went to 3 games, but it wasn't close.
Yeah, that second game that they lost, they had literally 5 supports with Kuro playing their mid and